Well, Jonathan Gabay is an author and marketing expert who's with me now. Is it going to work, Jonathan?
No. I wish it would work because I'm totally against smoking for health reasons, and I don't want to see people do that. However, purely from a branding point of view, unfortunately, I don't think that this alone will work. I'll tell you why. I'll explain why. There are several reasons. First of all, in terms of they're saying that at the moment, until 2015, one can sell it if it's a supermarket, in other words, a certain space. However, that doesn't include forecourts, petrol forecourts. Now, a lot of petrol forecourts are actually owned by supermarkets, and they can continue selling the cigarettes. So that's one thing. So people could go to the local garage and buy it.
But that's because the forecourt is smaller than that square footage.
Absolutely. Right. And so they could go and buy it from their local garage. So there's one thing.
Until 2015?
Yes, but even after 2015, it doesn't really, I think, make a huge difference for these reasons. And the reasons are this. First of all, let's say a newsagent just can't have any sort of, packaging in terms of, branding and that sort of idea. But you see, the newsagent would have to know which packet belongs to which brand so they can stock take. So which means that they would have to be a little symbol or something. So the people who would be buying it will just buy the symbol and that becomes the brand. Next thing is that, as I understand it, they can still sell matches and saundries such as those. Well, I predict that the tobacco brands will simply put their brand on boxes of matches.
And lighters.
And lighters. In fact, we can go on and on and on in terms of, what they would do. In fact, even if they had it, so it was just a closed shutter. If I was advising, which I wouldn't because I don't agree with tobacco advertising because of a personal reason, of the health issue. However, I would take it to the tobacco company and say, well, whatever colour it is, make sure it's the same colour, and people will associate the colour.
Like that well-known brand, just using the colour purple.
Absolutely.
Which everyone associated with it.
Absolutely. Look, it worked for Pavlov's dogs. It will work for cigarettes as well.
What Cancer Research UK point out is it's not just hiding these cigarettes from view. It's the combination of putting prices up, banning advertising at sports events and things like that.
Yes.
It's a cumulative effect. So they're saying, on its own, yes, this might not work, but it's a combination of things. And would you agree with that?
If you want to stop people from smoking, there are only two ways that I would suggest that you do it. Number one, make the packet of cigarettes so incredibly expensive that one would have to take a mortgage out to buy them. And secondly, ban them. That's it. Either one of those ways, and that's it. I'm afraid, because everything else, it's very nice. And by the way, this idea was not, as I understand it, a Tory and Liberal idea. This was a Labour idea. But it's very interesting that they're taking the credit for it. I don't support any party. I'm not like that. But it's just very interesting. What you're going to tell me they're going to stop taxation? I think this is some sort of a... No, I don't buy it.
Well, I think the government takes about 9.5 billion pounds a year from tobacco revenue. But are you saying the only answer is to ban this?
Well, if you don't want people to smoke something, ban it. But on the other hand, you see, there's one other thing I'd just like to say quickly, and that is this. Most people I know, when I was a kid, when they had, including myself, when they had their first ever cigarette, I don't know if you smoked as a kid, but it doesn't matter, but if you had your first ever cigarette, I bet you didn't buy it, but someone gave you a cigarette, and that person was your peer of that age group. And so they didn't even get it from the tobacconist or whatever it might be. And so really... Oh, by the way, the consumer is still allowed to actually promote the cigarette. So I would also make it so that I would give more things to the consumer, and so she or he happens to be holding something with that brand. I'm afraid this is not going to work alone. It may, I do hope, I pray, for the health reasons, that it does work. But I wouldn't do it this way. There are better ways.
All right. OK, well, the brands I smoked, Woodbines and Players, don't seem to be around anymore, but thank you very much indeed. So, now, 8